Hello everyone, your voice here and welcome to our channel Sansevieria 101. So for this episode, we're going to feature another of our own hybrid. And this is the second hybrid that we are going to feature on the channel. We have cross-pollinated it and it was successful. The parentage of this hybrid is the hybrid Gabriella crossed with the species senegambica. So it is the same it has the same parentage to the first episode that we have featured, although the difference is I actually have the first hybrid that we have featured, and you can see that this is the pattern. It is dark in very dark in coloration, and there are you can barely see the bandings on it, but nonetheless it is very dark because the parentage of it is the species senegambica being having the solid green, dark green color of leaves. So this one is another of the seedling, and you can see that the difference of them with them is quite distinct. The first one that I have featured, I'm sorry about that, is darker green in color, and it has more bandings compared to this second hybrid that we have. So the second hybrid that we have looks like a trifasciata honey eye, although it is not. In the trifasciata honey eye, you would mistake this as the lime dwarf, although this isn't trifasciata. And this hybrid is very sturdy. It is not as delicate as your honey eyes. They don't get sick if you subject them to rain or shine condition. So far, I have been leaving this specimen under rain or shine, but you have to protect it from extreme sunlight. So we have sunscreen installed just to filter out the ultraviolet rays that will harm the plant. So actually, this one is quite yellowing, because it became very hot and a few days earlier, or a few days back. The weather here in the Philippines is very erratic, so at times it would rain and it would become very cold, and suddenly it will become very hot and humid. And when it happens, the plants or Sanseviers have a hard time trying to adjust to it. So what happens is some of the leaves might have discoloration or yellowing due to extremes. They're hit by extreme sunlight, so you have to protect them. This one, I placed it on another location and I was not able to protect it. So fortunately though, it's not that big of a damage, and I know in time it will retain its original color. So this is how it looks like, lime green in color, and then you can barely see bandings on them. In fact, the bandings will only appear on the new leaves. And this is, by the way, RAL T1J6. The other one, the first one that I showed you being very dark, is T1F6. So I have featured this on the channel, and you can just type T1F6 when you're in the channel and you'll be able to see. And this is the first one that showed me its flower bloom or inflorescence. This one still hasn't, and I am just featuring it as of the current. So actually we can just use one tool to measure it. This is very small, so if I extend this tool, it would just be around 120 millimeter, or the pot itself I can measure for you. It's 101 millimeters, so that's more or less 3 inches. All right, so and the leaf would just grow at that length. It is very closely similar to the dwarf trifasciata or the short leaf trifasciata, which is just about 2 to 3 inches long for the leaves, and it has not stacked yet. So what we're going to do is I'm going to actually transfer it. Before that though, let's just go over to complete the measurement. So the leaf length would be 52 millimeters, or just that's about 2 inches. Then the leaf width would just be around 36.2 millimeters, and that's about 1.25 inch, I would say. Alright, so those are the measurement of the plant that has matured. So by the way folks, as we feature episodes, if you are following the channel, I would give out some tips on how to take care of Sansevierias. I would say it's different. It's a different tip compared to what you would usually see on YouTube, wherein some channels would share tips for you. For this channel though, as we go ahead and discuss things, I would usually give out some tips on how to take care of your plant that would tailor fit the need for it. So this one, what you need if your plant or your Sansevieria would clump up like this is, that means that it's already cramped up, and this is a 3-inch diameter pot, and we need to transfer it to a slightly bigger one. So and the reason for it is that we need to see if it can grow further. So the moment that your pot would cramp up like this one, that would tell you that you need to transfer it to a bigger pot. So I can either propagate them separately, but I don't really quite like that. I want to have my plants clump up. So it's really up to you guys, but when it looks like this, you really need to repot it. You can either transfer it to a bigger pot, or you could separate each pot and then have several pots for them, so each of them can grow. So in my case, I could I want to separate one of them, but I really love how it clumps up. So what I'll do for now, I'll transfer it to a bigger pot, which is this one. And I used the bigger pumice to I put the bigger pumice on the bottom part, so the drainage would not be blocked out, because when you put finer medium or potting mix, most probably in the long run it will clog out, and you might be killing your plant. So that's the first step that you're supposed to do. I don't know if others have a different technique, but this works for me, and for those who have been following me, you see my plants and you see how well they grow. So I'm sticking to what I'm doing. Maybe you have a different method or different technique, but this is what I usually do. I would usually put the bigger pumice on the bottom part, so the drain would just really be free flowing. So what we need to do is we need to remove the rocks or the small stones that I put. Small stones also that is quite subject to I would say to your point of view, or to your opinion. But for me, I would put the stones on it to stabilize the plant. And because when I water I water every day, and I pour water on them. So and then the mix that I have will float out if I don't have these small stones blocking or making the potting mix stable every time you would water them. So it is important for me to use the small stones. So what we'll do is we'll remove them because we need to check the root system and as well as transfer everything to a bigger pot. So we'll have to move it, remove all the stones for now. Alright. Also for my bigger pots, I'm also using stones. They are deterrents in case a stray cat would try to dig in and poop on them. So that's one way to repel or stop cats from digging, or even birds. Sometimes they would visit the garden and they would look for nesting materials, and they would dig out some of the pots if you don't have stones on them. So I guess we're set. So we have to squeeze a little and tap the sides so we can the stock roots would be easier to remove from the pot. And let's just prepare our potting mix here, and we'll try to remove it. Here's the bigger pot, and I would shake them. There you go. Alright, so upon checking, folks, like I said, I will always give you tips on how to take care of your Sansevierias or your plants. Now, you can see that there are some pests on the roots. So what I would usually do is I would spray them with hydrogen peroxide, because hydrogen peroxide will help out the roots, and as well as it will melt down the pests that are attacking the root system. There are aphids, as I show you. There you see the whitish. Let me focus that. There you go. Those are aphids on the roots, and they are the ones also inhibiting the growth of the plants. So what I usually do, I don't remove the whole potting mix. I just spray with hydrogen peroxide, and later on I'll have a systematic insecticide to take care of them. No need to remove your potting mix because that's costly to do that. What I do, I just spray hydrogen peroxide, then I would apply a systematic insecticide to take care of those the ones that are hiding on the core of the root system. But from time to time, one tip would be to really check your root system, or from time to time it's advisable to uproot and repot your Sansevieria. So there you go. I won't remove the old root system because I don't want to disturb the growth of the plant. Each time you make changes on the root system, or perhaps you snap your roots, there is a chance that you would wound them, and there is a chance that they become entry points for rot or fungus. So this is how I would usually just repot them. You have your own technique, but this one works for me. I've tried it for a very long time, and like I said, if you have been following the channel, you would see that how healthy the plants that I take care of are. So just as easy as that, I would fill out the pot with the potting mix, and we're all set. and later on I might have misplaced again the pesticide, but I will be sprinkling some systemic pesticides on here so that the plant can absorb the pesticide, and it would take care of the pest that wasn't hit by the hydrogen peroxide that I just sprayed. All right, so I guess this is it for this episode. And again, I'm doing this as well to tag my own plants, because some of the taggings, as you can see, they're already you can barely understand them. They have what do you call it? You have withered away. So sometimes if I don't put the tags directly on the pots and they're just a tape, I would miss out on the I would lose the tags for them, and I'll have a hard time retaining. All right, so I will also show you the pot itself where I have removed it. As you can see, there are white marks on them. Those are also pests. So those are symptoms that your root system might be infested. So for me, what I would do is I would just spray hydrogen peroxide to kill off the ones that are sticking on the pot, then apply the one that I've told you about, systemic pesticide, for the plant to take care of the uh, other pests that wasn't in contact when you sprayed the hydrogen peroxide. So, folks, this is it for this episode. And if you have any comments or suggestions, you feel free to write on the episode below on the comment section. And if you like the content, please don't forget to like and subscribe. Have a great day, and goodbye.